Cost of CAC Post Incorporation services. CAC Post Incorporation services are basically those services that you can apply for, or rather changes you can apply for after an entity, be it a business name, company, or incorporated trustees, has been registered. It's good we know the cost before we embark on it, especially those that offer it as services. Some of the actual costs, in the cost of it, you see that there are other costs that will be implicated, like cost for status reports. If you are filing annual returns, you may not need status reports. If you are making change in address for business name, you see that it will incorporate status reports because it will change, and then the certificate too, because there's certificate on the business name, there's address on the business name certificate. Assuming you are requesting for change in address, the address will be affected on the certificate and as well as the status report. It will now incur additional charge on the status report document and then the certificate. So assuming the change of address is 5,000 or 3,000, now you have to pay another 5,000 for the certificate because the address will be changed on the certificate, and another one for the status report because the address too will change on the status report. We look at upgrade of business name to limited. How much will it cost? A lot of us, or some of my students, or those of us that already know how to do this, now this course will give you an insight, if you have a client, to know how much it's going to cost you to carry it out, and then know how much will be your profit at a certain price. Like I said, the cost is divided into two. One is payable to CAC, the other is payable to FIRS. Now the one payable to CAC, you have the consent for a restricted name, which is 5,000 as we are going to see, and then the actual registration fees depending on the amount of shares. We're considering the one of 1 million shares, and then the stamp duty, the other being the stamp duty payable to FIRS. So these fees are dependent on the amount of shares, except the consent, which is 5,000 naira. So look at the consent. This is when you are applying for reservation of this name under conversion. Now it is seen as a restricted word, and then it requires the consent of the registrar general, and the cost is 5,000 naira. Now there will be some fraction which will be cost by remitter fees, which most times may not be up to 200 naira. Then the next is the registration fee. For shares 1 million and below, the registration fee payable to CAC is 10,000 naira. You can see it. So these are the two charges that is payable to the Corporate Affairs Commission. The next is FIRS stamp duty. The cost for the stamp duty is 8,724.90. This is for 1 million shares. Now if you are registering more than 1 million shares, you know that it will be more than that. From what you've seen, the total estimated cost is 5,000 plus 10,000 plus 8,725, approximately 23,725 naira. So this is what it will cost to upgrade a business name to a company. The next, we look at change of address. Your business has been registered in a particular address. You want to make change to the present address. These are all post incorporation services. You can see the process. You enter the address details, the old and new, then the preview, and then the payment. A lot of persons don't agree or don't know that they can do all these changes by themselves. My complete CAC pre and post registration course details how to carry out this yourself. Because this is a company, You can see the change of address. In company certificate, there is no address. In business name, there is address. Notice of change of registered address is 5,000. Then the status report. The only place you have this address is on the status report. So it has to be changed, and once changed, you have to get the new document, and to get it is 5,000. This make it to be 10,000. If you want to change address for a company, the amount is 10,000. To look at change of name, filing of change of name for small company. This is a company limited by shares, registered with 1 million shares, and filing of change of name for this company costs 10,000 for small company. Small company are companies that the annual turnover is less than 25 million. Status report payment is 5,000. Change of name costs 15,000. Change of secretary. Change of secretary is 5,000, and the status report 5,000. Change in director's details. The details of the director can be changed in name, change in address of the director, change in phone number, change in email address. These are part of the changes that one can make. Change in shareholders details, the same. The shareholders name. For some women that got married, they change their name. So this is the payment, the amount, 10,000, 5,000 for the fee, and then 5,000 for status report. Then we look at annual returns for company, and filing of annual returns for small company. No is 5,000, and we are seeing 10,000 because there is late filing of annual return for small company. If you file it late filing is 5,000. So this is penalty for late filing. Because it's company, it is 10,000. Business name would have been 8,000. 3,000 plus 5,000 for late filing. To retrieve lost documents for company, you can retrieve these two together. Certificate of incorporation is 5,000. Memorandum and article of association is 5,000. This give 10,000, assuming you want it individually, or you only need certificates of incorporation. It will cost 5,000 to get it from the Corporate Affairs Commission. We have looked that of company. Let's look at that of business name. Cost of CAC Post Incorporation for business name. First, we will look at the annual returns. Late filing is same for all, 5,000. Both business name, both incorporated trustee, and then the filing fee for business name annual returns is 3,000. Is good. One files it because the penalty is higher than the actual fee. Change in nature of business. A business, you have registered it under a particular nature of business, and over time there's addition, or you're switching to another business, and you need it to reflect in your business name. There is need to file it, to update it in the documents, so that you won't be doing business that is not registered. The other option is to get it registered but with a different name. And if you want to maintain that same name, then we file notice of change in nature of business, and this will cost 5,000, and then 5,000 status report payment. Notice of change in proprietor. Filing of notice of change in proprietor, you have 5,000, then the status report is 5,000. So this can be how you can remove a proprietor, assuming there is wrong details in the proprietor. For long details, it should be changing proprietor's details, but if there is a replacement or change of ownership, it will be notice of change in proprietorship. You can see the cost. The cost is 10,000. Now the next is CTC, certificate of registration. Some have lost their business name certificate. Now it can be retrieved, certified true copy, which is the certificate of registration. You can see it, 5,000 naira. Look at change in principal place of business. As I told us, for company was 10,000, for business name is 13,000. Because there will be status reports, it has to be changed in the status report. It has to be changed in the certificate of business registration. Then the notice costs 3,000 naira. We look at change in proprietor's information of the proprietor, change in name, change in address of the proprietor, change in the phone number, change in email address. When there's a change in the email address, this is where this fall under, and the cost is 10,000 naira. Filing of other documents, miscellaneous, status report payment, each being 5,000, making it 10,000 naira. So look at the last one, letter of good standing. Assuming you have investors, they want to know about your business. Basically, what determines if your business is in good standing is the status report. If the status report is active, you'll be able to generate this letter. You'll be able to make payment and get this letter of good standing. So this is for businesses that are inactive. Like I said, it has to be active, up to date, before you can get this letter of good standing. Likewise, other services that have been listed, your business status has to be active, meaning it has to be up to date with annual returns filing before these services can be effected. Kindly like, subscribe. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, share. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, and click on the notification icon to get notified. Once again, thank you for watching.